Welcome to the Pest Finder Professionals podcast. This is your resource for debunking marketing myths and unlocking growth in the pest control industry. Join us as we dive deep into the strategies that can propel your business forward. And we also have exclusive interviews with pest professionals and insights from entomologists and wildlife experts. Get ready to transform your approach to pest control. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? This is Jock here from Pest Finders Professionals. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. What you see in my hand. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can see this. And for those of you that are on a podcast, you can't see this. But ask yourself this. Have you ever wondered why some images, or even your ads or your socials, just feel more authentic, more engaging? Get people to maybe even talk and connect with you? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about AI and photography. And this episode might shock you. So make sure to listen to the whole thing right at the end, because at the end, I'm going to give you something that is going to help your business. God bless, when we come right back. Okay, guys, welcome back. So, as I promised, I did a little prelude to this episode a little while ago, where it says we're going to talk about photography, utilizing professional photography in your pest control business. And I never did the episode as quick as I wanted to because I had a mad hairdo. I had to wait until I got a haircut. Now, you probably laugh and say I haven't got a haircut for those of you that can see this, but I did have a bit of a mad professor thing going on. And I really prefer my old military type, short, high and tight, and easy to deal with. So now that I've had that done, and my good lady has actually given me this haircut, I can now crack on. Now, some of you might know I'm actually also a professional photographer, and I love photography. And one of the things that I've noticed that I've seen, especially in the pest control industry recently, there's a lot of AI photos. There's a lot of very quick AI imagery getting used. And while that's potentially okay, to me, it strikes a little bit of laziness, because yes, if you're using it in your firm, it's fine. But I'm now seeing that a lot of marketing companies, a lot of SEO companies are utilizing AI imagery because it's easy to bring up. And fine if you're using an article and you're writing an article or stuff like that. But when you're talking about maybe trying to develop ads for your social media, or even videos for your social media, or photos for your social media, it's important that you understand the power of what the camera can do. And there's an old saying, the best camera is the one that you got in your hand. So whilst it might not be something like this, which is like a $4,000 body just for the loan for the body, and another $2,000 for the lens, it's very expensive. And it's expensive to hire a photographer. But there's something in photography that builds a trust, and it's authentic for your pest control company, right? Because if you just jump into, let me just jump into this whole idea of AI. As I've mentioned, it can be good to use. You can use it for your for maybe some articles that you're writing, but don't use it too much, right? Don't use it too much. Why? Because it also is a bit lazy. Because yes, we're always trying to get something quicker. Like, I want my coffee instant, so I put it in the machine, boom, it drops, and I've got it straight away. And my wife said to me the other day, Jock, you don't have a great deal of patience. And boy, was she right. I don't have a great deal of patience in certain things. What I do have patience with is doing photography. Now, the other day, I went out and I did a photo shoot for one of my clients that I work with, I consult with, and I went out and we did a whole kind of pest control photo shoot for their company. We did team photos and all that kind of stuff, and set up some different photos. And sometimes I actually go out on jobs with the boys and we'll take photographs and videos and things like that. And what I like to think about it is that it's a bit more authentic. There's something real and emotional about the photography that you put together for your company. Whereas everything on AI, this AI generated, if a client sees it, right, they know that it's come from AI. And some clients, they don't, some customers, I don't use the word client, some customers don't like that. They don't like the fact that everything's AI. You know, there's a lot of people that have, you know, older people that have their homes and they've invested in their homes for years and years. And, you know, it's their pride, it's their palace. And, you know, they have a pest control problem. They have a pest problem, you know, maybe ants that's overrunning them, maybe termites. And they'll look for something. What do you think they're going to do? Are they going to pick that authentic image that shows the team, that shows the people, that maybe shows someone on the job authentically from your company? Or do you think they're just going to take an AI picture? Yes, there's going to be people, I know you're going to say, yeah, but it depends on the cost and the cost, and some people shop around. I get that, right? But with AI, there's so much that's very similar. There's not a great deal of thought put into it. You can have realistic images, cartoon images, but it's not you, it's not your company, it's not authentic, right? If you really want to understand, you know, the benefit of utilizing real photography in your business is, one, it makes an emotional connection, just like I just described. AI doesn't really make an emotional connection because, one, we know that it's been generated by AI. It's real and fake at the same time. But if you've got someone that's out on a job and you've got a photographer working with you, or you've got one of the boys that are great with their iPhones, you know, that can be good. And we'll talk a bit later on about why it's maybe good to work with a professional photographer that understands the industry as well. Is you're going to make an emotional connection, because I'll give you an example. I went out, one of my good friends that runs a company, and I went out on a job with him, and we took some shots of him doing some work, and we took some shots of him even, you know, connecting with his client, things like that. And I noticed that as we put the real pictures up and didn't go into Canva, didn't make any kind of fancy Instagram post images. We just put real authentic posts up that shows the brand, right? And I'll get into that in a minute as well. But it shows them engaging with the clients. It shows them on the job. It shows them doing, there's something really authentic with that. And what I noticed is that when we put that out on social, it got a lot more engagement. People would remark, people would comment, people would say, oh, you know, you're looking great, Jeff, or yeah, great to see you. Or it would be, oh, I passed you the other day, anything like that, because there's something in the power of the photograph that makes that connection. You know, when you look at a photograph and it gives you this kind of feeling inside, it looks beautiful, it looks real, and you kind of feel something, you feel something emotional in it. And it might be something as like, oh, you know, that's a great shot. There was one shot that I took, and it was, of my buddy, you know, he's getting the stuff out of the truck, and there's, you know, sunlight in the background, and there's, you know, beautiful mountainous kind of view, and that just created a striking image, and people remember that. That's the thing. It becomes authentic and people remember it. And it's not just about remembering the brand. Yes, they can see your logo and everything else, but they remember that photo because of the way it makes them feel. So there's an emotional connection in the photo. It's not just about you selling termite control, ant control, flea control, and just trying to sell. You can create beautiful imagery that creates an emotional connection. And here's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen, if it creates an emotional connection, right, then you know that it's developing trust. There's a trust factor to this, because when you take that photo and it's beautiful and it's created that image that's hit that person, they immediately connect with you, and therefore they immediately build trust. And if they're a potentially new client and they see it on your social, or they see it on your website, or they see it somewhere, it kind of immediately builds trust with them, because they can see a person, they see an authentic person. They don't see an AI image that's just made up, and they don't have a sense of, well, I don't know who's coming to my property. I don't know who's going to spray my business. This is like a cartoon, this is this. But if they see the person doing the job, and that same person turns up to the home, they're like, oh yeah, I saw your photo, it was great, you know. And there's that trust. The trust factor is there. And as I mentioned, there's also this brand connection where they remember the brand. I'm not going to say who my client is, but they remember the brand. They'll say, yeah, I saw you out in that video, or I saw you in that photograph, or they identify the name of your company with that image as well, and how it makes them feel. And so if they identify a good feeling with that photograph, and they identify how it made them feel, they could trust you because they saw the team, or they saw the guys that were coming, or they saw you on the job and being very professional and doing it right, then they remember your brand. And here's the other thing. If that makes them feel good, if they remember the brand in that way, then when someone says, hey, George, I'm looking for someone to get rid of this wasp nest, who do you know? And they go, oh, this is who you need, X company, because this is who I use. And they're great. Let me just show you, and send them to the website, and they see great. And again, they see great images. They don't just see constant AI everywhere. They see authentic images. So there's something really powerful in utilizing good photography, good images. And here's the thing. A lot of you will come back and say to me, yeah, but I just get stock for photos. Great, get stock photos, but all these stock photos are the same. If I pick up the camera and I take a shot of one of the members of the team doing a job, that's your photo. You own it. You don't have any problems with getting sued, because I know even when you use stock photography, you can have stock photography for one company, then somebody pulls it off, and then before you know it, then you can't use that photo again. You've got a legal issue. And I've helped organizations, I've helped pest control companies with these legal issues as well, because there's licensing for photos and things like that. It's a lot to do to set up a good photo shoot, to have all your own images that you own, that you don't have these problems. Stock photography is great, but whoever takes that shot can pull it down. Stock photography is great, but maybe you pick the same photo as your competitor. Boom, you recognize you're using stock photography. AI can be very similar. And so there's something really powerful and emotive and trustworthy and capturing that real image. I love going out and shooting with I don't even see them as my clients, the people that I consult for. I love going out on day shoots with them and setting up shots and things like that, and watch them, because one also creates trust with me as well. And I get to, I've done pest control. I did, as I know, a lot of you know that I did pest control in the army and stuff like that. So bringing then in my skills in photography and bringing it into this media component, I can create real authentic imagery, real authentic photos that we own. We can use time and time again. And here's the thing. We can do a photo collage on a video. We can do photo posts. We could even use those photos in designed posts that we can use. There's so many ways of using them over and over again. And I love taking shots of the guys, and maybe even some headshots, and say, hey, here's your team member. And someone recognizes that person and says, oh yeah, that's Brian who comes to the house, and I recommend him because he's great, and they connect with you. There's an emotional connection, there's trust. Here's the other thing. There's an SEO impact to this, and we've talked about the social media, but here's the other thing about these real photos. Obviously, the algorithms know what's AI as well. And so you can put them up on your Google business profile and everything. It's great. But you can also put real photos up that they prefer, because there's an authenticity about them. And because these photos are authentic and real, it's got a little bit more power behind them. And then when you geo-target them and you put your map coordinates and things into the photographs, you're going to get more SEO love, if you like, a little bit more of that trust as well. And when people see that, the chances are they may share it. And because they share it, you're then starting to get SEO signals and things like that as well. Someone may not necessarily share an AI image because everybody's got it and it's there, unless it really captures emotion, which I doubt. I mean, they're great. I mean, I look at AI images, great, it's good. You can put it in a post and put it out there, great, fantastic. But if I do something that's real, that's captivating, that's really emotional, I know that people are going to love it and people are going to share it. So I'm going to get social SEO signals that's going to help to rank my content and push my content out there, right? So there's lots of ways of utilizing this. And like, I said in one of my videos recently, just the little AI, this little sort of, not AI, what am I talking about? The short video that I did, that you can hire me if you're in South Carolina, North Carolina, you can hire me and I can have a great day with you. And yes, it's going to be a lot more expensive to hire me as a photographer or to hire a local photographer. And AI is cheap, right? AI is cheap for you to do, but think about the long-term benefits. Think about if you pay and have a photo shoot with and by the way, you don't just want a wedding photographer, right? You don't just want someone who does portraits because they don't understand the industry. Somebody who understands the industry. So I can go out, I can go out with the boys and I know how they operate. I know the industry. I know the pests I'm looking at. I know. So I can see and I can set up those shots. And it doesn't mean that I when I say set up the shots, I don't mean that I can go, okay, you stand here, and then I'm going to look at it and I'm going to look at how it looks. And we don't have time for that because they're working. But I can see, right? I can see the shot that I want. I know what's going to make the photo, right? I can envisage how, even before they do the job, maybe what I want to capture, right? I need to compose my image. I look at the composition in a split second intuitively. I know because I know the industry, right? So you want to hire someone that's local to you that does know a little bit about pest control that can help you. The other thing is you've got a camera in your company. It's a really good camera, or your iPhones, but the boys know what to shoot and how to shoot, and they know how to compose and that kind of stuff. Before you know it, you can actually have your own bank of your own images. It's really important, guys. Don't just go on, take up the iPhone and start to shoot a video. Think about it. Think about, does what I'm seeing in this photograph capture the essence of my company? Does what I'm showing in this photograph, how will it make a potential client or customer feel? Right? This is how, and then, when you capture that and you get used to, framing up those shots, you don't need to worry then about licensing. You don't need to worry about, yes, it's costing you a little bit more, but in the long term, you can use it over and over again. And if you did a shoot, every now and again, before you know it, you've got a bank of images. Yes, you can take a shot of maybe an infestation, and that's great. That's a quick shot, but think about how you can. There's a shot I took the other day, actually. I'll give you an example. I saw one of the guys was getting ready, and they were getting the equipment, putting it in the truck, and and I just saw the way that he was moving, the way he was putting the thing in, the way the light was coming down, the trucks, and then the other truck, and then everything that was there. It just framed up. It was looking like a frame between a frame, and that was a really emotional, really good quality, top class shot. That I know is going to get a lot more engagement. So when you're looking at framing up this composition for this shot, you know that these are your assets. You can use these in ads. If you start to run advertising campaigns, Pro Max campaigns on YouTube, and you've got really good quality images, that's killer. Don't just use everybody's same image or AI images on advertising. And really, really think about it. What would you rather have? People that trust your company and are authentic and can connect with you, or that are just shopping around and don't really value what you're giving? If you keep putting out AI stuff, there's no value to it, really. I mean, there is, but there's no real authentic value to it. And that means more than anything. So if you're investing a little bit more in some good quality photography, good quality photographs, Just think about that authentic value that's there, that you can utilize time and time again, that builds trust. And what does that mean, guys? It means that they'll share, they'll talk about you because they remember you, because they trust you. You get more clients on board, you get more customers. So, look, AI is great. You can utilize it. My final thought, ladies and gentlemen, you're a pest control company owner. Invest a little bit in good quality photography. Don't just jump on the AI bandwagon. Yes, utilize it for some posts. If you want, you're writing educational posts, you can maybe utilize that. You can do AI, AIBs or whatever else, and you can write that post. But when it goes out to get into your social media, when you're really trying to connect with customers in a way that they'll remember you, also, I'm not just saying get rid of AI and get rid of everything you do. No, bring in quality photography. Get the camera out. If in doubt, camera out, right? Get the camera out. Hire a photographer like me. Sort of, I have I work as a media consultant for the industry. So hire someone that understands the industry, that understands photography, that can work with you, then give you a great bank of shots that you can utilize time and time again. That's worth its weight in gold. Small investment, worth its weight in gold for you. Think about it. Go and hire a local photographer. If you're in my area, great. And if you want to hire me and fly me to your place or let me travel up to you, depending where you are, then I'll do it. But I'm sure there's photographers around you that are just as passionate and maybe understand and will understand the industry. Go hire them, or utilize somebody in the company that's has a bit of skill or could learn a little bit more. Utilize your manager to set these up. There's ways of doing it. Just utilize professional photographs for its authenticity, its power to build trust, increase the authority of your business. You basically get you new clients because people trust you, you're authentic. And these raw, unfiltered shots, they actually work wonders for trust, and they work wonders for SEO. And there's something really amazing about having your own professional photography for your pest control company. Guys, if you've got any questions or you want any tips on how to set it up, what you should look at, maybe you would want to have a consultation with me on maybe the equipment that you should buy to do this yourself, or you want maybe a bit of advice on the types of shots you can take, then connect with me. Go to pestfinderpro.com, send me an email, I'll answer it, I'll jump on a call with you. And also, if you are a pest control company and you want to join our Pest Finder Pro, then if you mention this podcast, this is what I'm going to give you free. If you join on our yearly membership. It's about $300 a year or something, I can't remember. You do have a life membership, but the life membership won't get you this free gift. This free gift will get you a review system, a review app that would normally cost you hundreds of dollars a month. You get it free. You join Pest Finder Pro, you'll get the review app absolutely free, so you can send out requests for reviews, Google reviews, all that kind of stuff. Guys, thanks for being with me. Thanks for listening. If you've got any questions, pestfinderpro.com, reach out to me, and I will be delighted to help you. And of course, if you're local, if you're in Tennessee, not too far away, Virginia, I'm not too far away from there, North Carolina, South Carolina, if I can travel to you, I can come and do a photo shoot for you. Reach out to me and I will help you to do that, because I do understand the industry and I love it. I love going out with these cameras. But of course, if you want to do it yourself, then reach out to me and I'll give you some tips. If you're a member of Pest Finder Pro and you want a strategy on how to utilize the photography, someone in your company, reach out to me. Remember, that's why we're here, to help you, and that's why you're a member. God bless. Thanks for tuning in to the Pest Finder Professionals podcast. Don't forget to subscribe for more expert tips and strategies to elevate your pest control business. Join us at pestfinderpro.com and access exclusive features to dominate your market. Until next time, keep thriving and exterminating.